shimmying is really important to open your opponent up. There are a couple ways in this game where you can open your opponent up, right? You can stagger and then go for a move, and when they react to you staggering, they react a little bit late, and then you're able to open them up, right? There's that way. There is obviously grabbing them opens them up if they're just blocking all the time. But the problem with grabs is that it's so risky. You get just 130 damage, and if you guess wrong, if they guess right that you're gonna grab, and they duck or they jump, they can get a full combo or even a down to crushing blow, right? Which leads to a super high damage, which is why I don't like to grab a lot. And I don't think it's necessary to grab often because people open themselves up for you. In this game, I just noticed like players, they have good offense. Most of them have horrible defense. They're impatient and they press. So that is why shimmying is to your advantage. So for example, so let's say Sonya is gonna, let's imagine like a real scenario. So Sonya does something like this. And then she blocks, right? We're trading, and then eventually Sonya takes back her turn, and then she's gonna block. You could do two things. You could simply take your turn back normally, or you could do something else. You could take a step forward to pretend that you're going for a grab, because remember, front grabs, obviously because of the direction, you need to take a step forward, right? And that's why sometimes people do this. They walk slowly, and walking forward is a good way to fake a throw, to shimmy people, or even dashing forward. Something like that, right? So when I play Sonya, when I take back my turn, or just when I'm here, instead of just going here and pressing, what I'll do is I'll take a full step forward and do that. And the full step forward, especially since, you know, her punch looks a little bit like a grab, under pressure, opens people up. And when you knock people down, sometimes this works often. You take a step forward, take a step back, and then they try to YOLO it down to attack, right? Like this, and then that shimmies people too. I don't know why. I think it's the first initial step forward, and they just react to the step forward, and by the time they react, you're backing up, right? And then you can shimmy. So make sure to use movement, and don't be scared to take a dash right in front of someone's face like this when it's your turn. Now, of course, if they are panicking and they are someone who just, you know, let's say their turn is over and you take a step forward and they hit you, that is not a reaction. That is them panicking and pressing buttons. So in that case, just take your turn without taking a step forward. So you're going to have to adjust. Against good players, you're going to have to take a step forward to try to shimmy them and open them up. Against bad players, don't take a step forward. Just go for it. And if they're that bad, they're going to open themselves up for you. Now, it certainly helps with Sonya and Garrus because both of their animation on their hits look a little bit like a grab, right? So Garrus is 4-2, looks a bit like a grab. He's extending his hand, and I would say especially Sonya's standing one looks like a grab. So that helps in shimmying. Sometimes you don't have that. So I think these two characters don't have that. Like for example, 1-1, it's blue. It doesn't look like a grab at all, right? And the 4-2 obviously doesn't look like a grab. So you're gonna have to go the extra step when you try to shimmy people with Cetrion and with Devora. So for example, right? So I'm in a combo. I have 15 hit advantage. You see how I took a step forward? So let's imagine I do the combo. Okay, now I'm here. I could just go ahead and do this. Like that. And continue my attack. Or you could take a step forward, continue your attack. And if they're really respectful, take a full dash forward, continue your attack. And they're like pro level, you can take 2 steps forward because they're so patient. You see Dragon doing this all the time, right? He does this, takes a step forward, take another step forward, and then cancel that front dash into his forward 2. Because that's like pressure. You see Cetrion dashing towards you and you're scared that she's gonna grab her, but this only works if eventually you actually grab when they keep blocking. They're really respectful, because otherwise they know that you're just trying to shimmy. You're never gonna actually grab. Sometimes you have to take a little bit of a risk. And I would say with Devora has to work really hard. So you see Honeybee, sometimes what he does is he is going to get you with these bugs, right? Now the thing with these bugs is that when they grab you, it's gonna be a crushing blow. And it hurts a lot, especially if she amps it, right? She has all the bugs. That's gonna hurt so much. 360 for a grab. Okay, so people, when they have the bugs on them, they don't want to get grabbed at all. And that's why you see Honeybee, what he does is he's very smart. So he's like here, instead of just doing 4-2 from here, he's like takes a full step forward and then does it, and it opens people up because they think that the grab is coming. They don't want to get 360 damage, so that's why he's able to do this shimmy. Okay, guys, that's it. Like and subscribe, peace.